Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Monster High news to talk about. From finally, yes, we have the official first look reveal at the new SKULLECTOR Killer Clowns from Outer Space Shorty doll, new stock photos of the Moonspell Magic characters, new potion playset with Draculaura, and more. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video cuties, consider becoming a channel member today, link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, let's start off with the new stock photos on the Moonspell Magic ghouls. These are obviously these spin-off dolls. We have Claire de Luna, Ray Lumina, Layla Stone, Willow Thorn, and Karina Song. Obviously, I've already made my other videos on Moonspell Magic, so basically I'm not really adding anything new here, except we have new pictures, new stock photos here, and they look good. Officially, they're supposed to be releasing July, so that means probably they'll be coming out earlier, perhaps June. You know, these things usually drop a bit earlier than they are supposed to. So yeah, they're coming out very soon. I'm excited. You know, I do feel like the hype has died down a little bit, just a smidge. They're still cute. They're still cute designs. They're not perfect. I do think like Ray Lumina could have been a bit more orange, a bit more red. You know, like she's a bit too pink and a bit too similar of a pink next to Karina. And I also feel like Layla and Willow, they're also similar purples. You know, it's just the color theming is a bit too similar overall. Like, really only Claire is like unique because she's like navy blue. but like the other two are purple, and then the other two are like pink. So I wish there was a bit more variety with the overall color theming designs here. But even so, I'm excited. I do think Karina is my favorite. Of course, no surprise. Claire's close second. And then in third place, we have Willow. And then I guess Ray and Layla I like equally as much. I'm not sure if I'll get all five. I do want to get at least Karina and Claire, because I really do like those two. Willow as well, and you know, I can already tell I'm a completionist, so I'm gonna try getting all five in any case. Just, I'm so bad. But do I need to have all five? Probably not. But maybe I will end up liking Ray and Layla even more in person. I really hope so, because they're not bad. I just feel like Ray's color theme is a bit, you know, unfortunate. And then Layla, I mean, she's kind of like Nephra, you know, like she kind of looks like Cleo Nephra, just a bit more blue, and I mean, a bit more like a different shade of blue, so I'm not sure. Overall, I'm excited. I still am, but how do you feel about Moonspell Magic now that it's been, yeah, a couple of months since the official reveal has happened? You know, are you still excited? Who is your favorite? Then we also have a couple of new stock photos for the potion reveal playset with Draculaura doll, and this is unofficially a part of Moonspell Magic. I know the packaging doesn't have Moonspell Magic anywhere on it, which is weird because, you know, Draculaura is here. It's a potion reveal playset. She's wearing a witch hat. It feels very much like she's a part of Moonspell Magic, and I think she is supposed to be a part of Moonspell Magic, but again, like officially on the packaging, they did not label this playset as being tied to the spinoff, which perhaps is Mattel's way of being just sneaky in the way of like marketing, and perhaps because if Moonspell Magic doesn't do well, this playset can still do, you know, can still be good on its own, but then also if it does do well, Moonspell Magic, then this playset could still be a good, you know, unofficial tie-in for the spin-off line. So I see what Mattel is doing. They're trying to, you know, be safe, right? But I think this playset is really fun looking. I think the interior of like what's on the outer layer of like the glass, like what it looks like fluid or something that moves around. It might be sand. I'm not sure, but it really does move around, so I'm excited to see what that's all about. And then you open it up, and then obviously there's a little like room inside for Draculaura to do her potions. And actually, with the same key that you use to open up the playset, you can also make the cauldron move, like as if it's brewing, like a new potion. So that is also a fun little gimmick, right? And overall, the accessories included are just a couple of vials and like potions, and a chair. So not too many accessories, honestly. I do wish we could have perhaps gotten Count Fabulous. That would have been a fun inclusion. New pose for Count, right? But no, that's it. Just a couple of a cauldron, a couple of potions, and that's it. I do think like a couple more accessories would have been fun. But yeah, and then the Draculaura doll also looks really cool. She has super long hair, which I love, and her hat is similar in shape to like the Moonspell Magic Girls witch hats, which is really fun. Her makeup, it looks really cute. Her outfit is kind of simple, but I like her boots. I like her puffy sleeves, and I think she's really cute. You know, she's a really simple Draculaura doll, but I think for the purposes of this playset, she works out really well. So will I get this playset? The pricing is around $60 US, and I think officially it will be dropping, I don't know, again, summertime, July, similar to Moonspell Magic probably. I will probably get this. It's really impractical because I'm moving soon, so yay. But I cannot help myself. I do love a nice compact playset that can open up and be like a little room, a little world, you know, like the Ever After High book playset with Briar Beauty. I have that one, the original G1 Monster High School playset. I have that one that folds up. I'm just a sucker for foldable playsets, so this is right up my alley, and I think this is really fun looking, but I hope that it's also cool in person. What do you think? Okay, and lastly, yes, finally we have the official first look reveal at the new SKULLECTOR Killer Klowns from Outer Space Shorty doll, and she is officially dropping on May 15th on Mattel Creations, but also on Amazon and also on Smith's Toys. I'm assuming this is a wide release, meaning she's not exclusive to Mattel Creations, meaning she is supposed to be available at all your major retailers, similar to Coraline that just happened like 2 months ago, and also similar to what was another SKULLECTOR that had a wide release? I'm not sure. I forget. But it's a wide release, meaning she should be more accessible, more available per se. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that goes well. And yeah, she was revealed like 2 days before the actual drop, which is insane. I mean, maybe they wanted to make it like a 13th, like, you know, date special reveal, which, okay, Monster High, Friday the 13th, right? Okay, fine. But it's still like, come on, like, they should have just revealed the stock photos like a week ago. I feel like that would have been really helpful for a lot of people to be able to decide if they want to get her or not. Because, this Shorty doll seems to be very divisive. For instance, like, I've seen a lot of people be very torn about her. Like, some people like her, some people, honestly, even like on my polls, like, people, it's like almost 50-50, like, people buy her or pass. Like, it's crazy. And I do think it's because most people, perhaps if they haven't seen the movie, might not be familiar with the design of Shorty, and therefore they might think this design of the doll is messy and looks just weird and campy. But for those who have seen the movie and who have, you know, they're not like a stranger to the premise and the design of the character. For those people, this design does not look as weird or outwardly or, you know, like, just strange. It's more familiar to them. So I think that's why we're seeing a divide, because it's obviously like people who've seen a movie, people who haven't seen a movie. I have not seen a movie, so I don't have like this emotional attachment to the character or to the movie itself. So my opinion really comes from just objectively the doll itself, and just the design and how it speaks for itself. So what do I think? Well, first of all, let's talk about, you know, the outfit and stuff, because it's it's a lot. Okay, well, first of all, here is a look at the packaging. This is part of the new wave of SKULLECTORs that have the newer style of packaging, where it's basically a sleeve and you take it off, and then you have the interior packaging with the actual doll, a window display on the front. I prefer the older version of SKULLECTOR packaging for sure. I don't know, this new version, it's I guess more practical, but also kind of not, because the sleeve kind of comes off easily if you are not holding the packaging correctly. So yeah, I'm not sure why they chose to update the packaging this year. I feel like the packaging so far was fine, you know, it was really fun. But anyway, we also don't have more stock photos of the packaging, not of the back or of what it looks like on the interior. So we actually don't have a look of Shorty inside of the packaging or how she's going to be displayed, which is a little bit weird because usually we do get a lot of stock photos with the packaging unboxed, you know, the interior. But here I feel like we have less stock photos, weirdly. So yeah, but again, it looks fine. Accessory wise, we have her doll stand, which is the standard black Monster High doll stand. Then we have her little pink drink, which has the straw in the shape of her name, which that's really fun. And also she has these extra pair of hands, which are boxing gloves that you can put on, you know, you can switch out her hands with these to make it look like she's fighting or something, which is apparently from the movie, apparently a, you know, character trait of Shorty, which is a fun inclusion for sure. But that is all of her accessories. She doesn't have a purse. She doesn't have a, well, yeah, a purse, nothing else. But I do think the drink, the boxing gloves are a nice detail. I do assume she also has a certificate, you know, usually they include those, but yeah, just, I guess it's not pictured here. Now, her face up is really unique. Definitely, I think, captures the likeness of the character. Again, I'm not familiar with the movie. I have seen posters and images of the character, but again, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not sure how they actually look animated, you know, like in action. But the lashes, the makeup, the eyebrows, the eye color, the teeth, the cheeks, the nose, like it all looks really well done. I have to say, it does look very much resembling the character. Really good use of the face sculpt. Yeah, I like the face. It's, again, it looks like the character. It's very accurate. And the hair is in like 3 pigtails, like, or no, is it like 2 pigtails and then it's like hair in the center? And then we also have like a tuft of like troll looking hair in the up on the top. So the hair is interesting. A lot of people are saying it's poly, which I hope it's not polypropylene. I really hope it's not. The hair looks nice here, but obviously it's a stock photo, so it's gotta look nice. So I'm just, you know, hoping it looks good in person and it's not like really bad feeling polypropylene. Hopefully it's just a good kind, or hey, perhaps it's saran. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. But I do think when it comes to green, I guess, like in these colors, maybe they don't have the hair type in saran in these colors. So I'm not sure why they choose to give these dolls polypropylene sometimes when it's like vibrant colors. But yeah, the hairstyle looks fun. You know, we have also like a little like accessory around the tuft of troll hair at the top, the tuft of hair. I think that looks very, it's a very fun detail, the tuft of hair, you know, but it does make her look like a troll figure, you know. It really reminds me of the troll figures from, you know, way back when, and even like the newer ones from the modern movies, you know. So the troll looking tuft of hair is a really cool detail. And I just, again, I hope the hair is nice quality, but I love the face. I think it really does capture her essence. And the earrings are mismatched. We have like a little gun on one side, and then we have a cherry on the other side. Really cute. Now, her outfit, we do have this plastic collar around her neck, which people have been complaining that it should have been fabric, but I do think the detail, it wouldn't be as nice if it wasn't plastic. Like, just imagine if it was fabric, we wouldn't have those skelet details in red. Those could not be added if it was fabric. So there's pros and cons to doing plastic versus fabric. You know, obviously fabric just looks nicer, but plastic, you get more details. So it's a give or take, you know, you can't have both. But I think for me, I don't mind the plastic color. I think it actually fits the aesthetic of, you know, the movie, the character, the vibe. It kind of just fits the character, honestly. And then the rest of the outfit is a top and then the pants. I don't think they're connected because I do feel like I see a midriff here. So yeah, it's a shirt and pants. They do share the same fabric, you know, so the pleather looking yellow in the center for the torso, and then the upper portion of the leg pants. And then for the sleeves, we have this kind of like more sheer looking orange fabric with a pattern that also matches the lower half of the pant legs, which, yeah, I love this kind of like playing around with the colors, the different fabrics, not just the same fabric. They're different textures, so the pattern looks nice, very fun, and I do think again, the yellow portions of her outfit look basically the same like Coraline's raincoat, so it actually, I think it might be the exact same like pleather vinyl that they used on Coraline's raincoat. This might be the exact same. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because it looks like the exact same shade of yellow, and the feeling, like the look of it, it's the same. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it might peel over time, but it looks fine here, and I do like the belt with the star. It also kind of matches the hair accessory, so at the very top. So yeah, I like the pants, I like the shirt, I like the way she looks with her gloves on, she looks very fun, and again, I'm assuming the outfit does capture the silhouette and overall patterns and colors from the original character, because to me it does look very accurate. Okay, and lastly but not least, we have probably my favorite part of her design, which are her shoes, and thank God it's not just like a obnoxious, wacky looking object heel. Like, no, this is good shoe design. This is what we want. Just shoes that look good. They're like translucent blue, the base, and then the heel portion, quote heel, is like a red balloon animal. Like, what? The balloon animal detail is just so fun. And I love the way it's kind of shaped. And you can actually see her foot inside of the blue portion of the shoe. And her foot looks small. Is she on like the smaller sister body, or is she on the regular Monster High body? I'm really not sure, because again, that foot, the feet look small. They look small. I mean, I'm pretty sure Monster High feet are usually larger, right? So I don't know. That's just kind of like definitely throwing me off. But I do love that it's kind of see-through, the blue, the red, the balloon animal detail. Yeah, these shoes are a prime example of shoe design done well. And especially when Monster High shoe designs can be done so amazingly. So yeah, I'm glad that here they actually look good. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I haven't seen anyone really talk about her shoes being awful. Like, I think that's a good thing, because that usually means that, they fit in with the design. They don't stick out like a store thumb. Like, they work in the design really well. They blend in, and they are harmonious with the rest of her look, So I'm loving these shoes. I'm loving the balloon animal detail. Like, I really feel like this just looks amazing. Okay, I mean, overall, it sounds like I like this doll. I like her shoes. I don't mind the outfit, although I just wish the yellow parts were not pleather, because I have a bad feeling it's just gonna peel. Also because it's the same pleather that they use for Coraline, so to me that kind of makes the outfit feel a bit less special, if that makes sense in a weird way. But I do like the orange portions with the pattern. Like, those are really fun. I like her boxing gloves being interchangeable with her hands. Also, her regular white hands are a new hand sculpt. They are like a bit rounder and stuff, and they have red nails, which is a really fun detail. I love her earrings. I really appreciate the unique face sculpt, face screening done well. The hair looks really fun. I'm just hoping it's not bad quality. The hair tuft looks very nostalgic to me. And the drink is a really fun callback. So overall, is she worth $70 US? That's the big question, right? 70 buckaroos. I'm probably gonna get her. I think if I can get her on Smith's Toys, I will. Because again, this is a wide release, so she's not gonna be exclusive to Mattel Creations. So if you miss out on her Mattel Creations, yeah, don't worry. She's gonna be available on all your major retailers sooner or later. Rest assured. And I don't know if she's going to sell out on Mattel Creations. I think she might, but it might take like a day or two. Just because, again, this is a very niche movie. I do know it has its fan base for sure, and it's very big around Halloween, and it actually just got its own video game or something, right? So this IP, it's very recognizable for sure. But I do think, like, in a context, like in the scale of like other collaborations Monster High has done in the past, like, like Coraline or Corpse Bride, A Nightmare Before Christmas, Alien, It, Pennywise, Shining Twins, like those are some iconic movies, so it's just kind of hard to compete, right? So I think overall, she might sell out, but it might take like a day. But hey, I would love to be wrong. I mean, honestly, I would not love to be wrong, because if she sells out, that's not good. I mean, it's not, it just makes it harder to get her. But yeah, obviously we want her to do well, so we get more SKULLECTOR releases that are amazing and good quality like this. Again, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. I feel like she looks like solid quality in my opinion. The plastic collar is nice. I don't think it cheapens her look. Yeah, I like her. I'm gonna try and get her if I can. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping this drop goes well. It's just a little bit weird. Like the whole thing that they waited like 2 days before the drop to give us the stock photos. I don't like that. Like, I don't like when they make us wait until the very last second, because a lot of people are like depending on paychecks, and they schedule around work and stuff to be able to attend these releases on Mattel Creations. So that's why I do think it's great that this is a wider release, meaning that she's not going to be as hard to get, but still, like, you know, some people are they're gonna really want to get her, secure her on the 15th and not later. So I wish they would have released the stock photos sooner, so people could have had more time to decide to think about getting her, because now it's like we gotta think quick and we gotta decide quick. It's like we don't have a lot of time to think about it. But I think she's nice. I think she's lovely, very unique for sure. I haven't seen the movie, and I do like her, I think. Yeah. Am I sure? Yeah, I think I like her. So I'm gonna try and buy her, but yeah, just 70, it's still a lot of money. Like, it's very apparent that even though she's like a well executed doll, I think design wise and the quality looks decent, and the details, accessories, like there's enough here. I do think that it makes her a good SKULLECTOR doll, but it's just, it also feels like it also feels like the quality overall for SKULLECTOR and has just been on a slow decline, right? Just it's overall like just it's not as good as it used to be. But here I do think we have a good doll that kind of harkens back to the golden days of SKULLECTOR, you know, perhaps not as strong, or, you know, but it's the shoes for me. The shoes really sell it. The shoes look amazing, I have to say. Just maybe the rest of her outfit could have been a better fabric, you know, and maybe the gloves could have been like a plastic glove that you can actually put on her hand and not switch out the hands. I feel like that would have been more fun. The collar is plastic. That's okay for me, but yeah, I think like, yeah, she's really solid, right? I don't know. I don't know. Am I just talking myself into thinking she's okay? No, I think she's really okay. I really think she's a good doll for sure. And again, I haven't seen the movie. I have not seen the movie. I have no emotional attachment or nostalgia for this movie. So yeah, I do think that says a lot about the doll being able to kind of stand on her own as a great design. But if you've seen the movie, do you think she came out good? Do you think she captures Shorty's likeness or not? If you haven't seen the movie, do you think she's a good doll or not? I'm very curious to hear from others in the reception of this doll, because I do think it's very mixed. It seems like mostly positive, but there's also a couple negatives. Again, the hair being poly, hopefully that's not the case. The quality of the yellow fabric not being good over time, that's another objection. But overall, the shoes, the orange pattern, the boxing gloves, the accessories, her face sculpt, the face screening, the hair style is nice, but just again, I hope it's not poly. I think there's a lot to love here, but I want to know from you if she's worth the price point and if you're gonna get her or not, or perhaps if she sticks around a bit longer, she might end up on sale, and I do think like at $50 she might be even better of a snag. But again, that's the risk. We don't know if she's going to be around enough to be on sale. She might sell out immediately, like with Coraline, and then perhaps weeks later she might be back in stock. But again, I'm not sure if she will ever be on sale. So these are the kind of things we don't know, right? With SKULLECTORs, it's hard to predict how they're gonna, do sales wise. So let's see. But is she a buyer pass? What do you think? I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulting you love. And thank you also to all my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate you all so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.